After 2 years of having no Senior Bowl game here in Alberta, it's finally made its return with a vengeance as Team North took the victory this past weekend, 16-13 in overtime. And I'm now joined by head coach from Team North, Vince Oriole. Vince, thanks so much for coming on today.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It's a pleasure.
Now, Vince, just talk to me a little bit about that game, that thriller game that happened in overtime. Just what was your thoughts about your team's performance overall?
Yeah, just their level of compete. They didn't give up. We had a hard time moving the ball, and it can get frustrating at times. But I thought our defense was strong the whole game and just continued to create opportunities and flip the field for field position for our offense to get some opportunities and watch those guys finish off was great.
Well, what were your thoughts about Team South's performance? I know you guys were able to match it with that compete level. As it was a back and forth game, they took control in the beginning. But how impressed were you with your team to match up with that compete level overall?
Yeah, they outsized us on the lines, which we often see at the north-south games like this. The South kids have some really big bodies on the O and D line. They had some skilled receivers, two kids in particular. Number 80 and number 88, they made some fantastic catches and were able to move the ball for their team. But overall, our defense was really solid. We were able to fly around. We stopped their run pretty good. After the first couple of series, there was some big holes and big runs, and made a couple small adjustments, and we were able to contain that. And then it was just a matter of battle of field position. They got a few opportunities. We took kind of a bend don't break mentality, and the kids played tough, and at the end of the day we came out on top.
Of course, Laren Thiessen and Chaz Walker, players that you coached at Holy Rosier High School, were also a part of that North roster. Just tell me what that was like having those players with you at the event, especially guys that you coach all season long.
Yeah, no, it's special to have those kids. They competed really well in the tryouts, and they stood out as kids that belonged at that level. And then when we got into the insertion camp weekend here this past weekend, you can see that their level of football, their football IQ, their ability to perform on the field, they fit right in with the top kids in the province. We had 130 kids at the tryouts, and it was really competitive. We had some really good athletes. So to be able to pick the top 40 and have two of our own as part of that top 40 in Northern Alberta, it's special for us as coaches, and it's fantastic for those kids to then go and compete at that level and see that they fit in. They have aspirations for football after high school. Laren is committed to the Edmonton Wildcats in the Prairie Football Conference, and Chaz is signed with the University of Saskatchewan. So those are, two solid programs, and those kids are going to be a part of that for years to come. And just for them knowing that, this is a little taste of the level of football. We're going to move through year by year with the same group of athletes, and going to get better together, and they've made some lifelong friendships at the end of the day too.
Of course, the Senior Bowl is such a huge event for all these high school football players that are a part of it. Just how much of a treat is it for you to see that much skill and that much talent displayed on the football field?
Yeah, I mean, going in, they look to us for we have to know more than they do, and that's a challenge. These are high level football players who are coming from really strong programs. There's a mix. Like, there's kids that are coming from provincial champions, and there's kids that are coming from teams that maybe didn't win a game this year. So there's a real vast sort of knowledge base from the bottom kid to the top kid, but they're all very athletic. They all come with their own skill sets. So the challenge for us is to put them in the right places at the right times and let them perform at their highest level. We want to put their talent on display. So to see our kids compete against the kids from the South, and when you look down the rosters, you can see kids are signed with university programs, junior programs. Pretty much all of these kids are going on to play at the next level. So incredibly talented group from both sides, and it was hard hitting. It was fast. And it was a very physical football game. Very much what you would expect from this level of athlete.
Well, that wraps up our interview, Vince. Thanks so much for coming on and taking time out of your day to chat with me, and hope you have a good rest of your day.
Yeah, thanks. Appreciate it.